All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about here is, if we add on, this is Ellen DeGeneres. Now, a lot of people may not know her from the younger age group or current age group, but some of us who have been around for a while know who she is. And when she started out, she was pretty funny as a stand-up comedian. She was pretty cute. Then she came out as a lesbian. And then she came out as a liberal, talking shit about everybody. But here she is, just talking shit. She left the country, mind you, because of Donald Trump. She left the country and moved to, I think, the UK because of Donald Trump, because he was president. But here she is. Here we go.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to say I am so sorry for what is happening in Minneapolis and our country, really, but specifically Minneapolis right now, because it's where I shot my last stand-up special, and everybody there couldn't have been more lovely.
Okay, yeah, and she had to throw in, like, she couldn't just put it, so first of all, she's putting out a political statement, and she couldn't do it without throwing in her stand-up comedy tour, right? She has to promote herself at the same time while, being democratic.
I shot it there because they say it's the happiest city in America, and
Minnesota is not the happiest city in America. It's not.
I found
Especially right now.
that to be true. So my thoughts and my prayers are going out to everyone, and I'm proud of everyone who's protesting peacefully, and I am sorry for anyone who has been hurt.
So none of the protests have been peaceful. There have been people attacked. They've had shit stolen. Their cars fucked up. It's far from being peaceful. She obviously does not watch the video to see what's going on in Minnesota.
Just for protesting, for doing what you should be doing. Anyway, I just sending love.
Yeah, we don't want your love. We don't want your love, Ellen. Ellen, stay out of America. Nobody gives a fuck about you at all. And this is a theme I'm going through here with women that are deranged. So here is a recent Twitter post from a woman. Her name is Mother Lavender Bone. Okay, I'm not saying... And look, because I gave that to you, I don't want you to go and harass her. I'm just saying, that's her name. That's her Twitter name. She said, if you hit 30 and video games are still fun, you need help. I'm 52 and I still play games. Why? Because when I was in my 16, 17, 18-year range, video games started. So I got introduced to that. So it's something that's part of your life. It doesn't make you a nerd. It doesn't mean you need help. It's something you got used to. So yeah, you're going to constantly want to play games. And Joey Swall. We know who Joey Swall is, right? And I recommend you follow this guy. Joey Swall is the guy who does TikTok videos, X, YouTube even, where he will just condemn these asshole women who go to gyms and video record everything they do and try to capture a guy looking at them while they wear extremely tight clothing, showing their ass and their tits off, just so they can, I don't know, post about how men are degenerates, right? That's what this guy does. So Joey Swallow is a man among men. If you're any age on the internet judging the harmless hobbies of strangers that have nothing to do with you, you need help. 100%. So in the comments, can we see the comments? I want to make sure we can see the comments. We can, over on the right-hand side. Video games are life and I'm 40. Calling someone hobby harmless right before saying they need help is wild. Mid-40s and I regularly game both alone and with my husband. No intention to stop anytime soon. I make them, sheesh, I guess I'm in dire need of help. I get to critique others, but no one gets to critique me back, right? And that's exactly the definition of women. That is women. White liberal women. We can critique anybody. We can critique anybody that exists out there. But we don't want critiques back, right? Garbage. Garbage women. So I'm tying this into Star Trek. Star Trek. So if we look at this, let me go back. Recently, a new Star Trek series has started, and it's called, what is it called? Star Trek Training Academy. Whatever the fuck it's called. Leering Academy. How it started versus how it's going. Literally posted 3 days apart by CBR. I don't know what CBR means, but the narrative has never been hit so hard and so fast on Starfleet Academy. So here's the first post. Star Trek Starfleet Academy is a major hit. It's a major hit, man. People from all over the world and all walks of life can't get enough of this amazing show. Of course, when you're the greatest, like me, you're going to have trolls that want to rain on your parade. Must be all Maxine fans. They really do hate fun. So sad. That's Rebecca Quinn. In just one day, Star Trek's divisive new series officially becomes a streaming hit. Cool. Good for her. Good for her for creating a narrative. But then when we go to reality, we see this. Star Trek's most controversial show of the decade fizzles out on streaming after just 4 days. So their first episode, they streamed it for free on YouTube. And it only had like 123,000 views. Star Trek is a huge property. It's a huge property, like Star Wars, right? You would have thought millions of people would have watched it, but no, 123,000. Because people knew going in before the show streamed that it was nothing but 95% diversity. So we have a lot of gay, the entire LGBTQ community was thrown into the cast. And the only straight white guy was a fucking asshole. He was an asshole. So the narrative that they've been preaching for years is that white men are assholes. But everybody else on the spectrum is okay. That is Star Trek today. That's Star Trek today. Just throwing it out there, man. And then we move on to this. Starfleet Academy is getting review bombed. Slash Film reports that the new live-action Star Trek series is experiencing review bombing online. Now, I don't recommend it, but if you've watched it and you didn't like it, then give bad reviews. That's cool. Don't give bad reviews just because you can give a bad review. Watch it first. But from my understanding, it's awful. And this kind of ties it in. So we're talking about women. We're talking about how bad women are. And with Star Trek, 90% of the cast is women. A lesbian, some kind of form of a woman trapped in a woman's body, whatever. But right here, my best friend passed away. And at his grave I said, "Bro, I really miss you. My wife has been pregnant for 8 months now. How about you reincarnate as my child?" This guy that died was his best friend. He loved him very much. He wanted him to reincarnate as his son. A month later, my wife gave birth to a big boy. As my child grew older each day, I realized he looks a lot like my best friend. I'm really happy that my and this is probably just a joke, right? This is probably a joke. But if you read this correctly, you know what's going on. So he's insinuating in this post, which is meant to be funny, that his best friend died. He wanted his best friend to be reincarnated as his child. His child is born. It looks just like his best friend. That means his wife fucked his best friend. It's meant to be funny, right? This isn't true. But this is literally what women do. Women sleep around so much. Let's not forget about the fact that if you go to Twitch or Kick and you see a lot of African American streamers who make a lot of money just because they're African American. It's the reason why they make a lot of money. They're African American. And you see a lot of white girls in their streams. They're called mud sharks. They're called gold diggers. They will sleep with anybody to get money. That's what these women do. And that's what this is. It's a parody of that. So this is funny to me. I think it's very funny. So moving on, here we have another woman who is just going off about Minnesota. And we have the typical. So she's got tattoos all over her face. I can't tell. She doesn't have a nose ring, it doesn't look like. So, like, your usual telltale sign is either a nose ring or tattoos on the face. So she's got one of them, tattoos on the face. She's going to run her mouth about ice and standing with ice. So let's see how ridiculous she is.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I just saw ice in Traverse City, Michigan.
All right, so I didn't notice it earlier, but she does have a nose ring. It's not a ring. She has a nose piercing. She's got a facial piercing here, 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 and here. What is it with women getting piercings on their face like that and tattoos that lead to just flat out? They need to be put into an asylum.
We've got the big mall, and across the street there's Walmart and all the other bullshit. Home Depot.
Okay.
I
Normal
just saw
retailers.
2 black trucks with 4 guys in each truck dressed in riot gear, essentially.
Okay.
I have tinted windows. That's not important.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see they couldn't. Okay, so I'm...
So her point is that she's calling out. She sees a truck with tinted windows, and she's assuming it's ICE. It could be anybody, because look, the city I live in, I'll drive down the street. There's tons of people with tinted windows, which is illegal. The front window, almost 90% black and tinted, which is illegal. There's a certain tint that you're allowed to have as a citizen. Police and federal agents can have up to 100% because they're protecting them. With normal society citizens, you can't have that much. So why are you assuming it's an ICE agent when it could just be a normal fucking sub-Saharan riding around with fucking black windows, right? All right, one more. The owner of they're now the Las Vegas Raiders, not the Oakland Raiders, said his 26-year-old girlfriend had no idea he was a billionaire. No clue. She fell in love with my smile. This guy right here is the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Look at his haircut and look at him. This guy is absolutely an unattractive man. One of the most unattractive men in the world. This is his girlfriend. And she didn't know he was a billionaire? She didn't know he was the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm sure somewhere at some point that topic came up. That's probably why she started dating him, because he threw that out there. Right? So this girl is a flat out gold digger. And this is what women do. This is what women do. They gold dig. And she's going to do whatever she has to do with this guy, hoping he will die so she will get that money. That's what women do. That's American women. Every day.